Whether you buy from a clown, a king, or a little red-haired girl perpetually frozen in the 1960s, you can find a hamburger on just about every street corner in America. Number 1. Connecticut Steamed Cheeseburger. It's a literal steamed ham. The burger is usually steamed within a stainless steel cabinet that has a basin of water heated up at its base. These cabinets allow the fats to melt out of the burger and to be drained away after cooking, leaving behind a lean, juicy patty with melted cheese on top. Jack's Lunch, a Middleton, Connecticut restaurant that closed its doors for good in the mid-1900s, is generally credited with inventing this local exclusive. Number 2. White Manna Hamburgers. While everyone loves a good slider, the people of New Jersey may love sliders most of all. In the Garden State, they follow the White Castle model of taking small balls of beef and smashing them onto flat-top grills, allowing the heat of the burgers to cook the onions. White Manna is the most famous of New Jersey slider joints, and it was founded way back in 1939 for that year's World's Fair. 6 years later, they moved to Hackensack, New Jersey, where they have been a destination slider spot for over 7 decades. Number 3. Kewpee Hamburgers is one of the oldest burger chains in existence. Founded in Flint, Michigan in 1923, the chain grew to prominence by boasting its ever-luxurious olive burger. The burger is just what it sounds like. It's a burger with green olives on top, often with Swiss cheese as the topping of choice. Back in the day, Michiganders were so taken by Kewpee's olive burger that plopping olives or spreading olive mayo on top of burgers became commonplace in both Michigan and northern Ohio, and olive burgers likewise remain commonplace to this day. Number 4. Juicy Lucy. It may sound more like a cabaret performer than a savory treat. Its cheesy insides will leave you riled up all the same. The only difference between a Juicy Lucy and your standard cheeseburger is that in a Juicy Lucy, the cheese is cooked inside the burger rather than on the outside, leaving a pocket of scalding deliciousness. While the Juicy Lucy originated at Matt's Bar and Grill in Minneapolis, Minnesota, apparently after a startled customer explained that his burger was one Juicy Lucy, it has since spread its cheesy arms all across America. Number 5. Missouri Goober Burger made a name for itself as the one-stop shop for those looking to eat both a hamburger and a peanut butter sandwich at the same time. While the Goober Burger was popularized in Sedalia, Missouri, by the now-closed Wheel-In Drive-In, which used to apply hot, melty peanut butter sauce to its burgers by the ladleful, the burger has since found its way into adventurous gastropubs all across the country. So step aside, jelly. Peanut butter has a new best friend. Number 6. Wisconsin. Butterburger has grown from a regional secret into a nationally recognized burger style that is Butterburger heaven. While Butterburgers come in many forms, they all have one thing in common. They're covered in a healthy serving of melted butter. Sometimes this butter is slathered directly onto the patty. Sometimes it's dumped on top of the burger, and sometimes, as is the case with Culver's, the butter is lightly brushed over the burger's bun. So what are you waiting for? Better get to it. Number 7. Colombian Quica Rapida Burger. While this fast food burger is frequently topped with lettuce, tomato, and onion, it also often includes melted mozzarella cheese and crushed potato chips for that after-school snack taste. But what makes this burger truly special is its love of sauces. Sometimes it's covered in a simple pink sauce, a blend of both ketchup and mayonnaise, but other times it's slathered in garlic mayo, a cilantro sauce, or more strikingly, a sweet and tangy pineapple sauce. Number 8. Frita Cubana. As you might expect, this little number comes to us from the Pearl of the Antilles. That is to say, it's Cuban street food, and it likewise can be found all over Miami. Unlike other burgers, the Frita Cubana's patty isn't just plain beef. It's a ground mix of both beef and either chorizo or pork, along with a bunch of other additives like paprika, ketchup, onions, and potato sticks. Once it's all put together, the patty is grilled up evenly on a flat top and is then served with a hefty portion of even more potato sticks. There is no such thing as too many potato sticks. Number 9. Mississippi Slug Burger isn't supposed to have any slugs on it at all, so if you find one, send it back. Instead, the burger gets its name from its old-timey price tag. Back in the day, during the first two world wars and the Great Depression, a nickel was often referred to as a slug. Its patty is loaded either with breadcrumbs or with flour and soy meal, allowing the meat to travel further than normal beef patties could ever hope to go. Because of this, slug burgers are often called dough burgers, but that just doesn't have the slug-filled ring to it. Number 10. Pimento cheese is usually a combination of either cheddar cheese or American cheese, mayonnaise, and little red chili peppers known as pimentos. It's fine. It's most common in the American South, with different regions having their own unique takes on the spread. But anywhere there's pimento on the menu, especially in South Carolina, a pimento cheeseburger is sure to be just around the corner. A pimento cheeseburger is just an otherwise standard burger topped with the spicy spreadable cheese for a burger with just a bit of bite. Number 11. Memphis's Dyers burgers. That's right. The grease they cook their burgers in is the same recycled grease they've been using for over 100 years. Is that legal? They make use of this ancient basin by dipping their thin burger patties into its depths once they're done. The resulting grease is strained once again and added back into the basin to be used again later. You can also try the double dip, wherein they take the entire assembled burger, the patty and bun along with all the toppings, and dip it into the basin for an extra greasy experience. It's heart-murmuringly delicious. Number 12. San Antonio Bean Burger hails from San Antonio, Texas. It's a standard beef patty topped with crushed Fritos, diced onions, cheese whiz, and refried beans for that authentic, "I'm hungry, and this is what was in the pantry" experience. The burger's origins today are tied to the success of Sills Snack Shack, a restaurant owned and operated by Frank Sills for over 30 years. While the original Sills Snack Shack is no longer around, the bean burgers it popularized have since scattered all across the region and often now offer a number of variations. Number 13. New Mexico Green Chile Cheeseburger is a cheeseburger topped with, well, you get it. However, the green chilies in green chili cheeseburgers are actually a special green chili sauce rather than chili peppers. According to legend, the green chili cheeseburger was a go-to meal for the scientists working on the Manhattan Project in 1945, who would frequent San Antonio, New Mexico's Owl Bar and Cafe, after a long day of fission. If you're looking to taste the very same green chili cheeseburger that those scientists once had, the Owl Bar is still owned and operated by the same family to this day, and they currently advertise a $6 green chile cheeseburger on their website. Number 14. California Burger. What sets this Golden State rendition apart from the American classic is simple. It either includes avocado or, if the chef is feeling particularly saucy, guacamole. Bacon is usually thrown into the mix too, along with lettuce, tomato, and onion, depending on the region you're buying from. Incidentally, California's most famous burger joint, In-N-Out, doesn't carry either avocado or bacon, meaning California's most famous burger isn't a California burger at all. That didn't stop Eat Show, an Orange County-based YouTube channel, from playing an April Fool's joke on over 100,000 salivating In-N-Out fans back in 2018, tricking people into believing that In-N-Out was launching an all-new Cali-style burger. Over a half-decade later, In-N-Out still hasn't made the Cali-style burger a reality. What do they have against the humble avocado? Number 15. Petit Melt. If you're out of buns and the glazed donuts are nowhere to be found, you can replace the bun with rye bread and make yourself a patty melt, baby. A patty melt is a cheeseburger usually made on grilled rye bread and topped with Swiss cheese and grilled or caramelized onions. Allegedly created by Los Angeles native Tiny Naylor, while there is some debate over whether or not Tiny and his family actually invented the patty melt, there is no doubt that they helped to popularize the sandwich over the course of the 1930s by selling it at their then more than 40 restaurant locations across Southern California. In more recent years, the rye is often substituted for sourdough or Texas toast, while patty melt purists will claim this is a totally different sandwich. Which of these burger styles would you like to try? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other vintage lifestyle of America. Your likes gives us motivation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified for the upcoming amazing and tasty videos.